Lewis Show. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, we'll talk to Tony Stamas from the Midland Business Alliance. At 11 o'clock, we'll take a look at what's in the Rocket Grab Plus store. But for this hour, open phones, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111 is the number to call. I'd like to start out looking at how headlines can be deceiving, and then you read the story and find out, well, they got it right, they got it wrong in the headline. USA Today had a story about President Trump and ABC after that reporter, he chewed out that reporter. The headline says, Trump calls to revoke ABC's license after reporter asks about releasing Epstein files. Well, that headline is incorrect. You have to read the story to figure that out, though. Here's the problem. It says Trump calls to revoke ABC's license. ABC doesn't have a license. ABC is a network. And as such, it is not licensed by the Federal Communications Commission. However, ABC owns some TV stations. Those are licenses that can be revoked. But you have to read the story to figure it out. Because the headline says he wants to revoke ABC's license. But if you read the story, it says that the licenses for their station should be taken away from them. So if you just read headlines, you would walk away with the wrong impression. But just remember, ABC, CBS, NBC do not have broadcast licenses. They own broadcast stations, some do, and those are licensed, and those are under the control of the FCC, but the networks themselves are not licensed entities. Neither are CNN, MSNBC, because they're cable, and the FCC has no control on that. So I only pointed out to say if all you read is the headlines, you walk away with the wrong impression. All right, we got, let's see, a caller waiting here, so let's go to it. And this is Mike in Thomas Township. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art. I missed you yesterday. I waited, but
you were the last one. I saw that.
You got it. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, what I really was calling about is to thank all the restaurants and stuff around town for Veterans Day, what they do for the veterans.
Yeah.
I go for breakfast. I always go to Denny's because I always sit, and usually because I'm by myself, and I tell them, other people can come to my table or whatever, or I'll plug in at a table if there's open, because that way I meet more veterans and meet some wonderful people. And these guys, some of them are, career, they made a career of it. Some of them are just like myself, short timers. And I met some Marines when I was going in the door. No stripes on them or anything. So I talked to them for a minute. I said, "Where you guys from?" He said, "Well, we just finished up with basic training, and they were just getting ready to go to get deployed." And so it was nice and very polite. Of course, most military people are, but these guys were absolutely awesome. So anyway, I had a good time there. But I really called about is I'm hoping that we can get off this kick of people saying that socialism is such a great thing.
It's failed everywhere it's been tried.
I know, but
and
they
everywhere
don't.
It still is.
Yeah, and yet it's still, it's younger people. Like I've got nieces and nephews from my I guess they're either sons and daughters of my nephews. Anyway, they're two different guys, and they each have, one of them has 3 kids, one of them has 2 kids. The one who has 2 kids, one of them is a total socialist, the other one is a conservative. The other one has, all 3 of them are socialists. Now, my nephews are very, conservative, and some of them even moved to Berlin because they wanted to have total socialism. And but what can you do? And these kids are not, they're graduates from college, so they've been indoctrinated from college which I think is causing a lot of our problems.
I think social media is doing more than college. College is not helping. I'll give you that. A lot of colleges,
no.
but I just think that the whole social media thing, where that's where they're getting all their information from these days, is the bane of society, in my opinion. I also believe, though, as I've said many, many, many times, when the American public gets fed up, they make a change. To some degree, the younger population particularly are fed up with the way government operates and the way the country operates, so they blame capitalism, which is the wrong target. But what will happen, I believe, is you get enough of these socialists in, and they're only going to be in the big blue cities. When their system, Mamdani in New York has promised the world. When he can't deliver it, they will rebel against him. It's typical. It's normal.
But he's already making excuses because he said that there were a couple things.
Listen.
He's saying that the governor,
but it's
won't let him do things.
It's
and
no
we know
different.
It's
no different than Trump. Trump promised lower prices. If you don't see lower prices when you go to the store, who do you blame? You don't blame the previous administration. You blame Trump because he said he was going to lower prices. Well, it's the same thing with Mamdani. If he doesn't deliver, it doesn't matter who stopped him. He doesn't deliver, they will turn on him. It's the nature of the beast.
Well, I hope you're right, and because in New York is,
Well, what's going to happen in New York, and it's already happening. The same thing happened in California. They're going to start losing their millionaires and billionaires who pay the big tax bills, and then they're really going to be hurting.
Yeah,
and the other thing about New York, the reason he's going after the governor is the way the New York Constitution is set up. He can't do anything about taxes and all of that stuff without the governor. His hands are tied that way. So,
but he can affect the police department there, and
he can do that, yes. But when crime goes up and it hits the neighborhoods, and you watch, I mean, this is what happens.
I hope you're right.
It's what happens. We're a reactive society. So
but look in Chicago or Seattle or Portland.
Good enough.
They haven't.
Gotta go.
Okay. Hey, take care, my friend.
All right,
Have
Mike.
a good one.
Take
Bye
care.
now.
Bye-bye. Susan in Bay City before I take a break here. Susan, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Yeah, I haven't called in for a while. The thing that got me is socialism and everybody who thinks this is going to be so great. And I had a really good example, like Canada, Australia, they have socialized medicine. And I happened to be watching a program on Saturday. It's actually like Lucky Dog Down Under, where he's in Australia.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the show.
Yeah, it's a cute little show. But anyway, there was a little girl on the show. She was 10 or 11 years old. At the age of 5, they were trying to get her a dog. At the age of 5, she had a rhythmic heart condition, and she has been very limited. That little girl has been on a waiting list in Australia since the age of 5 for a pacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So for the people who think the Democrats that are leaning towards pushing us into socialized medicine, if they like the idea of being on a waiting list for a knee or a pacemaker or something that's going to keep them alive for years and years and years, and the only other thing is you go carte blanche and you get a doctor that you pay, because socialized medicine only allows the doctor to make a certain amount of money, and they are believe you me, you're not getting the cream of the crop doctor. You're going to get some guy who probably washed out, because what doctor?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I wouldn't go that far.
But unless you can afford to hire your own doctor and pay through the nose for it, and
or
they
come
go
to
into
the United States.
Yes, but if we go to socialized medicine, then what? Where does everyone go?
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Susan. Something has to be done in this country about our healthcare system. It's out of control.
Yes, and it's because of the
it doesn't matter.
Company.
It doesn't matter what the subsidies are going to be or anything else. The ACA, quote, Obamacare, is just plain unaffordable, because what happens is the deductibles are so high, and it was an attempt to force us onto government insurance, and it didn't work.
Yes, and they've been trying and trying, and they're still trying.
Yeah, and they're still trying, and they'll try, and finally they'll give up eventually, or we'll fix the system, which is what I hope happens. Because healthcare is out of control.
Well, what he's trying to do now is come back in and give all people with a certain amount of money in their own accounts or whatever, and the states manage their own medicines, and then the person or people just pick their own insurance. And the only thing I don't understand...
That doesn't address cost.
Well, this is it. But, see, that forces the cost down. And, like you were saying about people want prices to come down. Well, I shop a lot of different grocery stores, but every week at Aldi's, they have these little red tags. And I see dozens of new stuff every week, down 40 cents, down 20 cents, down 30 cents. And I think people aren't really realizing it because it's a small thing. If something goes down 5 cents or 10 cents or 20 cents, they're not really looking.
That. They look at the total bill they pay at the register.
But if you look in their carts, they've got 12.
Yeah, I understand all that, but if you spent $10 last year and you spent $12 this year, the price went up. Let's be honest about it. You got to be honest. You can't solve it if you're not honest about it, and that's the whole thing. They've got to be honest about it.
The honesty of the whole thing is, what are you? If you can't afford it, but you're buying things beyond your means.
Well, that's a whole different story.
Yes. And I don't see any correlation between people realizing that they can't afford groceries and going to the store and filling their carts full of junk food.
Well, that's their choice. It's free society.
Absolutely.
So,
but
hey, I got to run, kid. Got to take a break here.
Thanks, Alex. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. We'll be back. Lines open for you, 989-752-6111.
Sometimes the simplest advice may...
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. Open phones this hour, and Mark is with us in Midland. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, about a year ago, I think you were gifted a Christmas tree cactus. Mine's blooming right now, so I was doing a follow-up to see how your Christmas tree cactus is doing.
Just a minute. Let me get the cactus keeper here. Charlie is laughing. He's the keeper of the cactus. So you want that one? Okay. There you go. All right. Mr. Rude, keeper of the cactus.
This is hilarious. I'll tell you why. Only because I was just viewing it. It's like, man, we got to talk about this. Because it's getting ready to bloom. That's because it's not a Christmas cactus. It's a Thanksgiving cactus.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it should be getting ready. If yours is getting ready to bloom, ours is getting ready to pop.
Well, I trimmed mine back last year. You got to trim them back in order for them to bloom.
Well, that's if you're actually taking care of it.
Well, that'll give you a clue.
We're doing minimal, basic plant care here, and we're just hoping that it survives. And it actually did. We didn't trim it back. We've watered it. We've kept it in the sunshine, and so ours is doing well. Remember, ours is named Ebenezer because we did a poll last year asking for, because we thought it was a Christmas cactus, and then we found out we found it was actually Thanksgiving. So you must have the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations for keeping yours alive again.
Yeah. Well, I really don't keep it. I have a better half that maintains it, so I just take credit for it.
Okay. Hey, that's okay.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. I got 5 minutes ago. I'm like, man, note to self: make sure we talk about this next week before Thanksgiving.
Well, there we go.
Where's your time?
That's funny. He came running in here when
I was so excited.
You mentioned it. He came running across the building. I mean, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a great day.
All right, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Bye now. Here's Paul in Saginaw. Paul, good morning. Paul, there you are. Good morning.
Morning, Art.
Morning.
Art, In my opinion, I think the reason why so many voters vote for liberal politicians is because today more and more families are living in poverty. So they look to liberal politicians to make their lives better.
And I don't know about more and more, but I would say this. More and more people like free things. Promise them the world.
Right.
And it's been going on forever. It's not new, but it seems to be expanded. Now, I mean, it's, it used to be, what was the old chicken in every pot, 2 cars in every garage and all that stuff. But now it's, well, we're going to give you free housing. We're going to give you free buses. We're going to give you free this, free that. And the old adage is you can't have one hand out with your palm up, grease my palm, and the other hand closely tightened and fisted in your pocket because you don't want to pay for anything. It doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Yep.
Eventually, it catches up with you.
Absolutely.
So I just, I just shake my head and wait for the change, which will eventually come because it always does.
Right. I got one other quick issue. You might know more about this than me, but I think one of the reasons why Netanyahu does not want a Palestinian state is because so many Palestinians today in Gaza and in Israel are not the original Palestinians with the Egyptian and Jewish blood from Abraham.
So what?
Actually, a lot of those Palestinians came from Turkey.
Wait. Most of the people in this country are not Native Americans. So what?
Right.
So what that they don't have the same bloodlines? What's that got to do with anything?
Well, the thing of it is, these Turkish Muslims from Turkey who emigrated during the Ottoman Empire occupation in the early 1900s, they don't have any Jewish blood, so they don't really have a claim to the land like the other Palestinians do.
What was
I think that's the reason why.
All right, just a minute. First of all, Israel's claim to the land was granted to them.
Right.
And in my opinion, as a Jewish kid from the Bronx, in my opinion, the only way you're ever going to have peace in that region is for the Palestinians to have their own state. What is the difference whether you call it a state or a territory? They still have their own governing. They should have their own governing. They should have their own access to their own land. And in my opinion, and as humble as it is, I think there should be a Palestinian state in the same way that Israel is a state and should be respected as such. And I also think you add a decent amount of respect to it. Now, I'm not talking about Hamas. I'm talking about the Palestinian people. And, listen, in some ways, they were at fault for this because they are the ones, they elected Hamas a long time ago. I think they've probably learned. But I just believe there should be a state. I also have another belief. I believe that Jerusalem should have a triad commission to govern it, made up of Christians, Jews, and Muslims, because that city is important to all three.
Right. Yep, I agree.
So these are my opinions as I formulate, how do you have peace in that region which has never been at peace for thousands of years?
Right.
And this is just the way I view things. I view things from what I believe is a common sense position. I don't look at the political attributes or anything else. I just say what makes common sense. To me, that makes common sense. That's all. It's that simple.
You also have to look at who are the people that are starting all the trouble and all the wars every year.
And it's a variety.
Muslims. It's not the Israelis that are starting the trouble and the wars. It's always the Muslims that are starting these.
Well, wait. Don't blame the Muslims per se. It's Hamas, it's ISIS, it's radical groups, but it's not Muslims. They may be Muslims, but it's not Muslims. All of a sudden you disparage a whole group of people who have nothing to do with it.
They want Sharia law in Israel.
The radical ones do. Very, very radical. Not the average Muslim who lives their lives and tries to go to work and do a decent job for their family, and no different than you and me. And I know a lot of them. And I'm telling you, it's the same thing as if, you blame a racial group because there are members of that group that commit crimes. Well, guess what? Most of them don't. So you don't say it's true, Muslims. It's factions. It's organized radical factions.
Well, nobody seems to. They keep starting these wars, starting this trouble,
and then they keep losing
every war they start.
Yeah. Well,
and they still don't get it. Well,
they haven't got it for thousands of years. Why would they get it now?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, got to run.
All right,
take care.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye.
Let me take a moment to talk about my friends at Quick Lane Freeland, right next to McDonald Ford. It's on the McDonald Ford property. It's part of McDonald Ford. This is a place you go for your tires because they only charge you $5 over cost when you buy tires from Quick Lane Freeland. And there is a difference between winter tires and your all-around, all-year tire. And here's John from Quick Lane Freeland to tell you what that difference is.
Hello, Art. Yes, winter tires are made with a pliable rubber compound that includes silica to stay flexible and maintain grip in freezing temperatures. Unlike harder all-season tires, which stiffen and lose traction in the cold, this flexible compound allows the tire to better conform to the road surface, providing superior grip and traction on snow and ice to keep you safe.
Thanks, John. So stop into Quick Lane Freeland today for a tire checkup. And while you're there, also have your cooling system checked because that's hard on your cooling system in the winter. So, McDonald Ford, Quick Lane Freeland, all the new Ford models are there. A great range of pre-owned vehicles are there for any budget. As a matter of fact, those two names, Quick Lane and McDonald Ford, they stand ready together to serve all of your automotive needs. And don't forget, tires, just $5 over cost at Quick Lane Freeland.
Rocket Grab Plus.
Lines open, 989-752-6111. Well, it looks like we finally figured out how to make money with a penny. The pennies are going away. The last circulating pennies will be coming out, if they haven't already come out. But you know what the U.S. Mint is going to do? They're going to auction off the last circulating pennies, an auction to be handled by Stack's Bowers Galleries. This was a news release from yesterday. The last circulating 1-cent coins will be auctioned off on December 11th through a special sale of 232 three-coin sets, symbolizing the 232 years pennies have been in circulation, according to the government agency. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they'll go for. Each set includes 2 circulating pennies, one from each of the Mint's production plants in Philadelphia and Denver, in addition to a 99.99% 24-karat gold uncirculated penny, also minted in Philadelphia. Whoa. So, live bidding for the sets of pennies will begin on Thursday, December 11th at noon, hosted by Stax Bauer Gallery's website and broadcast from Griffin Studios in the firm's Costa Mesa, California headquarters. You know what's going to happen. And I don't know if there's a limit. I'm going to have to keep reading here to see if there's a limit. But if there's only 232 sets, they're going to be gobbled up. And the final set, number 232, will include the 3 dies used to strike the coins. And the pennies will bear an Omega Privy mark showing that the coins are among the last of the circulating pennies struck by the mint. The last pennies were minted. They've already been minted November 12th of this year. No other U.S. coin has been in circulation longer. And no other U.S. coin has grown less in value than the penny either. So one of the reasons that they've stopped making the penny is it costs 3.7 cents to produce each penny. That's a 20% jump from the year before. It's just no longer necessary to meet the needs of the United States, according to the Mint. So there you go. In 2023, they produced 4.5 billion pennies. Cost taxpayers more than $179 million. They say that not making the pennies will save $56 million in material costs and additional savings from better and more efficient production. Penny was first produced in 1793. So there you go, folks. If you really got a lot of money burning a hole in your pocket, you can buy pennies at the auction, if you can find any left to buy, because I predict that it opens at 12 noon. They'll all be gone by 12:01. Let me take a quick break, and then we'll get to our 3 callers waiting. Carl, Drew, Carol, hang on, and we'll get to you soon.
Gotta go.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. Let's run these calls at the end. Carl is with us. Carl, good morning.
Morning, Art. Follow up on yesterday's call. We were talking about subsidies for gas and oil and nuclear. You had a call later in the hour who said, you know, he worked in the energy industry and he could say for sure there are no subsidies for gas companies. Well, I looked it up after that. There are all sorts of subsidies for gas. They can write off their exploration costs, their drilling costs.
No, wait. Let's define the word subsidy. Yes, there are tax benefits, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But the term subsidy, when people hear subsidy, they think we're handing them money. The bottom line is lots of businesses can write off business expenses, not just the oil industry or the gas industry. Many industries have all kinds of deductions that can be written off. That's the way the tax laws are written. So it's not fair. It's not fair to single out just the oil and gas industry because almost every corporation has it.
I'm not, but other people single out solar and wind and say they should not get, any subsidies.
They should get the same subsidies. They should get the same subsidies gas and oil get.
Or nobody should get any subsidies.
Okay,
that would be one idea.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can pay $7 at the gas pump. That's all right with me.
Yeah. Okay. And one other.
You're going to pay. You understand? You're going to pay for it. One way or another, yes. You're going to pay for it.
But let's be consistent. Let's not just pick winners and losers. Let's be consistent.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. One other thing. You had some callers upset about farmland being turned over to solar, saying it would never become a farmland again. How do they feel about a farmer selling his land to become a subdivision or a development.
It's the farmer's land.
Exactly.